When the security guard stopped me at the gate, I thought he was joking. He wasn't. "Your name isn't on the list," he said, flipping through the clipboard like he'd done it 100 times before. His tone was flat, rehearsed, the kind people use when they're paid not to care. Behind him, I could see the fairy lights shimmering, the sound of laughter spilling out from the garden. My sister's wedding, my mother's proudest day. I caught their eyes, both of them, standing near the entrance. My sister in white, my mother in her jeweled shawl. They saw me. And then they laughed. Not nervous laughter, not confusion, mockery. That's when I knew it wasn't a mistake. I didn't argue, I didn't demand entry or raise my voice. I just looked at them once more, long enough for them to know I understood, and turned away. That was the last time they saw me as the quiet one. 2 years earlier, I was the one who paid for that same garden. When my father died, I handled everything. The debts, the house, the arrangements. My mother called me her rock. My sister, Lila, said I was the only reason she could dream of a big wedding one day. Back then, I believed them. When Lila's fiancé, Raza, started a business, I helped him too, lent him money from my savings. I told myself family came before anything else. That's what my father would have wanted. But family, I learned, isn't always blood. Sometimes it's a blade disguised as a smile. The betrayal began small. Missed calls, hidden messages, my mother whispering behind closed doors, Lila avoiding me, eyes darting away when I asked about the wedding plans. Then the truth came, not from them, but from a friend who worked at the venue. She called me quietly one night. "They're saying you're not invited," she said. "Your mother said you've caused enough embarrassment already." Embarrassment. The word sat in my chest like poison. All because I refused to give more money, because I'd asked Raza to repay what he owed, because I dared to stand my ground. So they cut me out. From the wedding, from their lives, from their perfect picture. That night, I didn't cry, I didn't break anything, I just sat in the dark and thought. If they wanted me out of their picture, I'd make sure the picture itself burned. I started quietly. No outbursts, no warnings. Revenge isn't chaos, it's calculation. I knew Raza's business better than he did. I'd helped him set it up. His company registration, tax ID, even the vendor contracts. My name was listed on several as guarantor. He'd used my documents to fast-track approvals. He thought I wouldn't notice. So I did what he would never expect. I let the system handle it. I reported every discrepancy, the fake invoices, the cash flow manipulations, the unpaid taxes. I sent detailed reports, with evidence, to the authorities. And then I waited. The cracks started showing 3 weeks later. Raza's accounts were frozen. His investors pulled out. His suppliers cut ties. And my mother, who had staked her reputation on his successful future son-in-law, began to panic. The wedding happened anyway, lavish, loud, and bright, at least for that night. Then came the morning after. I woke up to my phone ringing non-stop. My mother's number, then Lila's, over and over. When I finally picked up, their voices were trembling. "There's been a problem," my mother said. "The authorities came this morning. They're saying Raza committed fraud. They froze everything, the house, the accounts. We could lose everything." Her voice cracked, just the way mine had once cracked when she called me an embarrassment. "What do we do?" she whispered. "Please, help us. You understand these things." I let the silence stretch until she started crying. Then I spoke, calm and steady. "I'm sorry, Mother. My name isn't on your list." And I hung up. They came to my apartment that evening. My mother, Lila, and Raza, pale and desperate. I didn't open the door right away. I watched them through the peephole for a long moment, the same way I had watched them laugh at the gate. Lila knocked again, softer this time. "I'm sorry," she said through the door. "Please, just help us fix this." Fix this? The irony almost made me laugh. When I finally opened the door, I didn't invite them in. I stood there, calm, collected, watching their world collapse in real time. "I told you," I said quietly, "what you build on lies doesn't last." Raza tried to speak, to explain, but his voice broke. I saw the realization in his eyes, that the same calmness that once helped him now stood against him. My mother started to kneel, but I stopped her. "No, mother," I said, "you taught me pride. Keep it." Then I closed the door. That was a year ago. Since then, I've heard the whispers. How Raza's business dissolved, how Lila moved back home, how my mother sold her jewelry to pay off debts. I didn't celebrate, I didn't post.